In my previous video, I said that if people like this content, I will do another one with a bit more challenging tests for Manus. And yeah, people liked it, so here we are. So today we're gonna do a bit of a different things. The first thing we're gonna do is a coding job I found on Upwork.com that is promising $10 if you can solve this. So I have linked Manus the link to the URL of the job. We're gonna attach a JSON file as an example. And yeah, we're just gonna let it read the instructions for a job and see if it can make me theoretically $10 that I can go claim if I wanted to. Next challenge is gonna be a data science challenge with a CSV file with 700 post-college salaries data. So we're just gonna run this prompt here. With the current state of the world, I want to find out the top 3 careers I should consider. So we're gonna include some good arguments based on tech progress, geopolitics, macroeconomics, and we're gonna present these results in an MDX file with some graphical visualizations to emphasize your point. This one I was really surprised with. This turned out pretty good. So you should be pretty excited for that. Finally, we have an email challenge. I wanted to see if I could log into my actually Proton mail in the containerized computer and actually answer some emails, send some emails, do some research on a newsletter, and actually send that newsletter to myself. Pretty interesting results there too. So yeah, let's just head over to Manus and start with the coding job from Upwork.com. Okay, so let's just grab all of this, right? So I think we're just gonna do that. Let's head over to Manus. Let's paste this in. And you can see here I said I have attached a JSON file that's gonna be the example for the job. So let me just upload that. So we're gonna go downloads, upload raw JSON. So because we need this example to check if it's gonna work. And that is all I'm gonna give it. So hopefully now we can open up the URL we pasted in here from Upwork and we can find out what the job is by basically letting the agent figure this out by opening this URL in the browser, right? So that is the first thing we have to check. If not, we have to feed it some more information. So let's see what happens here. So now it's gonna try to go to the URL. Yes, that worked perfect. So that is very good. You can see Python automation expert with complex JSON analysis. But now it kind of has the idea what the job is gonna be. Create a Python script to analyze the sports game JSON data. And it's gonna count player statistics and output the results in an Excel format. So it's still looking for a JSON file. I'm not 100% sure how I can do this, but let's see if we can figure this out. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to upload it again. Then I'm gonna give it the URL to download to see if that works. Okay, perfect. So now you can see we have the URL here. We have the JSON file. So now it means that we kind of have all the information we need to try to solve this job. So it's gonna get going now, hopefully looking at the contents, and it's gonna start writing some Python script to actually try to solve this task here. Okay, so what's pretty cool now is that we can kind of see now in the Ubuntu terminal here that it is trying out to test out different ways to solve this. So that is pretty cool. And I kind of look forward to seeing what the Python script we're gonna come up with to try to solve this. Okay, so what's pretty interesting here that it went through a bunch of these commands here to try to understand the JSON. And you can see now it's going to start writing this. So I analyzed this structure to understand the requirements. Now I will develop a Python script to process this data. So we're going to export this probably as an Excel file. Yeah, we're going to count the statistics of each player. That did actually align with the job here. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, so let's see what happens now. Now it's going to write the code and then we're going to test it to see if this actually works and can it make me $10? Let's find out. Okay, so you can see I've successfully completed the task of analyzing the data. The provided script was executed successfully. The count, we count all this. Good. The results have been saved on an Excel file. Can we preview this? Okay, yeah, this looks pretty good. So you can see here we have all the singles, the doubles. So I guess that should be $10 for me. But we also need, right? We need the Python script. Okay, so we downloaded this. Now let's try to run it locally just to see how it works. So let's just run it here. Python analyze footballstats.py. Okay, so we got an example, but you can see we saved this Excel file here. So you can see we get a sample here, but let's open this Excel file in like Google Sheets or something so we can see the full file. And yeah, here it is. So you can see we have all the players, first name. We don't have the last names. I don't know if that was provided, but you can see we have the numbers, the team IDs, and we have all the stats. So we are counting like hard hits. I don't know anything about baseball, but you can see we are counting from the JSON file. So I guess if we went ahead, we submitted this job, and maybe we could get the $10. So I will say Manus AI agent now did make us $10. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So let's do a new session now. I guess we probably could have done that using maybe Claude or ChatGPT too, but this was very autonomous, so I didn't really have to do anything. So that was pretty cool. But let's move on. Let's do test number 2, and that is going to be data science. So again, I just want to grab this. So now we're going to upload our CSV file with this post-collar salaries data. And yeah, I'm going to show you the prompt. So the prompt is going to be, with the current state of the world, what 3 top careers should I consider? Include good arguments for these choices based on tech progress, geopolitics, macroeconomics. Present the results in a .mdx file with some graphs, visualizations to emphasize your point. We also got to remember to upload the Kaggle data. I think it's archive, final post, colored salaries. Good. So here is the data we have. So we have like a major, the degree type, early career payment, mid career payment, and high meaning, I don't know, percentage. But basically it's an overview of a lot of salaries, probably in dollars, of different jobs, 700 different jobs. So that is pretty cool. So let's see what Manus can do with this. Like I said, we're just gonna let it run and see what happens. So we can see that the first thing we are doing is actually looking up the CSV file. Yeah, I think that's a good start. There's a lot of stuff to do here, so it's probably gonna... Did it save it? So we also instructed Manus now to do some research to find geopolitics, tech, right? To kind of compare with this data to find the perfect career for us that is looking forward. So that's going to be interesting to see what top 3 career choices it will recommend here. So now we are doing some kind of Python script here to create some kind of graphs, I think. Okay, so now we are actually getting into the research. Now we are searching for technological projects, trends to identify future-proof career paths. So we are looking at Gartner. So we're looking at some... Yeah, I saw AI progress or something here. Okay, so we are in the Gartner Top 10 Strategic Technological Trends for 2025. Some kind of report, I guess. Now we are going at Accenture. So this is also some kind of job report, I guess. But I'm not going to interfere here. I'm just going to let kind of the agent do its thing here. And it's going to be interesting to see what we end up with when we have done this. So I can already see there's a lot of AI emerging trends here. So that's probably going to affect the final suggestions, right? Okay, so you can see I'm analyzing post-collar salary data, researching technological trends to identify promising career paths. So it's going to continue here because I thought it was going to skip it. So I just said, what about geopolitics? So now probably it's going to check this out. So let's see what happens. I'm not going to interfere anymore now, I think. Okay, so you can see basically now we just have to identify the top 3 careers, create some visualizations, and compile the document. Okay, so I think we are closing in on the final report here now. You can see top careers 2025. I was kind of hoping for a bit more into the future, but let's see now when we open this. So it created a page for us. So yeah, I'm gonna open it and I want to see if we have some graphs and statistics, maybe, or visualizations to actually back this up. Okay, so let's see here now. So here you can see, click to view. Oh, this is a massive report, right? So we have an AI-driven data analysis. So I'm probably not going to be able to go through everything, but we can take a look at a few things here. I think that can be interesting. So if we look at the methodology, we looked at financial potential, meaning and fulfillment, okay? Resilience to future change. So technological resilience, geopolitical, and economic resilience. Sustainability through inflation, demographic shifts, economic cycles. Pretty interesting. Current state of the world. So we're seeing the emergence of agentic AI, post-quantum cryptography, spatial computing, energy-efficient computing, polyfunctional robots. Pretty cool. Geopolitical factors, trade chain reactions, EU at a crossroad. That's pretty good. Biotech as a new frontier. Yeah, EU at a crossroads. That is definitely true. And we have increasing protectionism and tariffs. Hello, Trump. That is also true. Macroeconomical trends. Here we kind of go into projected to cool down in 2025 and 2026. Ooh, interesting. I didn't know that. Inflation expected to continue easing. Unemployment rate is projected to rise. Pretty cool. Here we have the top 3 recommended careers. So we have petroleum engineering, information and computer science, and building science. I just want to see why. Petroleum engineering. That seems pretty not so good, if you ask me. But I want to see the reason. Tops our list due to exceptional financial rewards, strong resilience to future change. While this might seem counterintuitive, yeah, that is what I thought. In an era of energy transition, several factors make this field particularly valuable. Okay, so this is actually pretty good, if you ask me. Technological advantages, geopolitical significance, competition for energy resources continue to intensify, making expertise in this area highly valuable. I'm quite impressed here, to be honest. Energy demand remains relatively inelastic even in economic downturns. So that means we still need energy even in a recession, right? That is also true. Second, we have information and computer science. We talk about AI and automation. Yes, digital sovereignty has become a major geopolitical concern. Economical resilience, building science. Emerges our third recommendation. So again, we go through some things. I'm not gonna... Ooh, look at this graph. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna read through everything, but I'm pretty impressed. So we have a conclusion here. I want to see if I can share this. And we even got the references. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed by this. I must say. I want to see if I can share this. Maybe I can leave a link in the description so you can go read it yourself. But this graph was a bit strange. I don't really understand this. But other than that, pretty impressed. It made some good arguments. And what I was really impressed by was this. I really questioned petroleum engineering. So I like that it mentioned that while it might seem counterintuitive in an era of energy transition, that was pretty good. That was a good find. So again, I'm pretty impressed by this. I would say this report is not bad. Not bad. Pretty good. I guess maybe the graphs were a bit boring. It just shows the top pay. But I guess that's fine. Okay, so the last thing we want to do is something with email. I haven't tried that yet. So let me just copy this and we can quickly go through what we want to do. So yeah, let's do a new session. And I'm going to do, let's log into my AI agent mail. That is a Proton mail. Answer the latest email with a polite response. So I'm going to send myself an email. Do some latest geopolitics news research, send the findings in an email in a newsletter format that is easy to read. So that is going to be what we're going to try to do. I guess we have to log into Proton Mail from the browser container manually. But let's see anyway now what is going to happen. Okay, so you can see we have our to-do list. Now we can take control here. And this means that we probably can go to, let's see, protonmail.com. Okay. And I'm going to try to log in here. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work, but let me try. Yes, that worked. Okay, perfect. So you can see here I have sent myself an email. I'm not going to click on it. I'm going to ask Manus to do this. So now we have kind of logged in. That is good. And I'm going to say, great, we are logged in. Continue. Okay, perfect. So this means that the next thing I was going to do was to open up the latest email and answer it with a response. So let's see how that is going to go. Okay, so it just gave me like a generic mail here. So I'm going to ask you to open the browser and read the latest email. Okay, so you can see now we are going into our email. You can see we have the Claude. That is from my other AI agent throwaway email I have. So I sent to this. Now I want to see if the agent can navigate the Proton Mail interface and actually click on this email. Perfect. So you can see there's the email. Hello Manus, I hope you're doing well. I've just been upgraded to a new version. 3.57 is awesome. What version are you using? Best regards, Chris. So let's see what it responds here now. It's gonna try to open up a new, that is good. So I wanna see if it's probably gonna do a draft, but I wanna see if it's gonna write the email for me. Okay, so it's gonna compose it, that's cool. Okay, so you can actually see we are writing the email. So I wanna see if it's gonna send this or if it's just gonna keep it in the draft now. Okay, so it did actually send the email. I wasn't quite expecting that, but that's pretty cool. So that means we can go to our other Gmail or my throwaway AI agent email, and we hopefully can read the email. So this is just going to continue here now and do research for the geopolitics news. So let's go to our Gmail. Yeah, we got a new email. I'm going to open this. So it kind of messed up a bit here. You can see it didn't remove this sent with Proton Mail, but it wrote, "Hello Claude, thank you for your message. It's great to hear from you and know that you've been upgraded to version 3.7. That sounds exciting. I'm currently using Manus version 1.0, which has been working well for my needs. But I'm always interested in learning about the latest improvement in AI technology. What new features, capability do you offer? I would love to hear more about your upgraded experience. Best regards, Manus." So that was kind of my agent sending an email. So you can see now it's searching for some geopolitical news. And again, it has to go back to the Proton Mail to actually compose the newsletter style email it's going to send me. So that's going to be interesting to see. So here we can see we have collected some geopolitical research. We have, a lot of stuff about, of course, Donald Trump, Russia and Ukraine, and all the stuff that is happening around this. Basically all the major geopolitical things that are happening. NATO leadership, Trump and Greenland, Middle East, oil industry. Okay, so that's fine, but I want to see if we can actually take this, go back to our Proton email and send this to my requested email address. So we're just going to open Proton again. That is a good sign. I like that. So now we probably have to click on new message, I guess. Okay, so it found a new message. Now it's just going to put in the correct email address. Yeah, again. They must have done a lot of testing on this because there is not a lot of bugs, to be honest. I know they are most likely using Claude at the back end here, and they are using tools like browser use that I have covered on this channel, and they are using maybe some MCP servers. That as something I read on Reddit, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so we added subject, and now we're probably going to have to click the compose field and send it. But to be honest, I don't really care if they have used some existing technology, because it is kind of hard to put everything together, make it working this smooth. But of course, they are limited on usage. I know there's a lot of guys on the waiting list wanted to try this out. I, on my member section, gave away 4 passes. Okay, so we are writing. That's cool. Okay, so that does not look correct. Interesting. But let's see anyway. Like I was saying, then I asked if I could get some more codes to give out to members. But they said too much pressure, too many want to try it, so we couldn't give out any more codes. And yeah, I kind of see why. But yeah, so let's see now. It didn't really actually send the newsletter. That was a bit strange. It wants to attach the newsletter as a file. Okay, now I see. So let's see if we can do that. That is a bit of a more different task. Yeah. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, so here we ran into some issues. It says I sent the newsletter as an attachment, but we haven't even opened the browser. So I'm just gonna say there were some issues. Open the browser again and try to send it one more time, because nothing has happened. It just fooled itself thinking it was done. Okay, so we are writing the email again, but what I want to see now is if it's gonna try to click on attachment and actually put in the file. Or maybe is it just gonna write the full newsletter here now? Let's see. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay, so it didn't even try to put on the attachment, but that's fine. We sent the email, so I'm gonna open up that email and take a quick look. And here we have it. So you can see global geopolitics newsletter. We sent it from AI agent Manus, Proton Mail to my mail. I wouldn't give this a high score, but you can see it kind of messed up here. As requested, here's the newsletter. I'm sending this a condensed version with the key highlights. Ukraine-Russia conflict, Middle East, China, Canadian leadership. Okay, so it actually got that the Prime Minister is Mark Kearney. That is pretty good. The content was pretty good, to be honest, not too bad. But the format was a bit boring. But I can't complain too much. It was pretty impressive. And what I like to think about is how is this gonna be at the end of 2025, and when more people get to work with the models to create cool and very interesting use cases like Manus has done with their general AI agent. Is it perfect? No way. Is it AGI? No. But can you do some cool stuff with it? For sure. And is it room for improvement? Of course. And that is going to be what is exciting. You can think of this as a good product now. Pretty interesting. But I'm thinking more, how would this be in 1 year, at the end of the year, and the years to come? That is what is interesting to me. There's one more thing. You can share this. So I'm just going to quickly show you that. So if we click here and share, we can do public access, right? Copy this link. So if I open this here now, it's a replay. So we can just click play, and then you can kind of see everything it did in like super fast speed. So that is pretty cool. You can kind of relive everything, and you can share this with your friends. I just thought that was pretty interesting. I haven't really seen that before. So yeah, you can see everything what happened in like a detailed preview. So it kind of stores or records the full session. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. But again, I had a lot of fun. I thought it was interesting and hope you enjoyed it too. Probably my last video on this for now. And I hope you will get access to soon so you can try it out. If there's a lot of demand, I might do another video, but I think that's it for now. Really enjoyed it. So thanks to Manus for making this. Pretty cool. Again, no sponsored content, just a pretty cool software. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, and we speak again soon.